boys, today we are finally back. We are here, UFC 324, and today I'm going to be doing my first prediction video on the channel. My UFC 324 predictions. Let's see how I do. I think I'm a decent predictor, so we'll see, all right? It's my first prediction video. I'm excited to get into it. I'm so hyped for the fight. It's already Wednesday of fight week. Fight week has started, and I'm hyped, man. We're only a few more days away, so let's get into it. First fight, Adam Fugit versus Ty Miller. I'm going Ty Miller. Now, I'm going to be real. I don't know who Ty Miller is, all right? I think he came off Contender, maybe not, maybe or maybe not. I'm not really sure. I'm sorry. I don't know the new guy. The very new guys, I don't know. I'm not a casual, but the very, very new guys like coming off Contender, obviously I know some guys coming off Contender, but Ty Miller, I don't know who the fuck you are, but you're probably going to beat Adam Fugit because Adam Fugit's dog shit. He's not a good fighter. He's not UFC level. So we're going Ty Miller. That's all I have to say about that one. Sorry, boys. All right, moving on. Cameron Smotherman versus Ricky Turcios. This is a tough one because both of these guys are genuinely awful at fighting. I can't pick Turcios in a fucking fight in 2026, bro. I really can't. The guy's awful. Ricky Turcios is an awful fighter. So sloppy on the feet. Fucking awful. Just hold up against the cage. Like, tries to get like a takedown, but it doesn't have the strength. So holds him up against the cage. He's fucking awful. Terrible striking. Wild, shitty striking. No offense to him, but he's just terrible. Versus Cameron Smotherman. Cameron Smotherman, if I remember correctly, he doesn't throw a lot of output. I think he doesn't have a win in the UFC, but I think he beats Turcios, all right? Give me Cameron Smotherman to beat Ricky Turcios by decision. I don't see a finish. Smotherman doesn't have a lot of power. He's not even a volume striker. He's just shit. All right, he's shit. But give me Smotherman decision. I forgot to give my prediction on Miller Fugit. I don't even know Miller, so I can't give a prediction. Give me a fucking decision on that. I don't know. All right, but give me Smotherman, 29-28 decision over Turcios. Turcios' grappling is fucking not good either. His striking's terrible, so I think in the striking department, Smotherman can handle him, maybe land some clean shots on him. But if it goes to the ground, I'm pretty sure Smotherman's not that good on the ground. So if Turcios somehow gets into the ground, Turcios will win, but who gives a fuck about this fight? This fight's irrelevant. So, but give me Smotherman, 29-28, landing better shots on the feet. Ricky maybe gets him down in one round and holds him. That's the round he gets. But 29-28, give me Smotherman. Moving on. Oh, my fuck. Denzel Freeman. You guys know how I feel about Denzel Freeman. He's fighting Josh Hokett. Give me Josh Hokett round one knockout. Give me Josh Hokett round one knockout. I think Hokett's going to go out there. He's the lighter guy. He could be a light heavyweight. He's got a lot of agility. He's got decent punching power. Or he could just go and double leg Freeman too. I'm pretty sure Hokett's a wrestler, so or he was a wrestler in college, I think. So he could go out there, take Freeman down and sub him. Freeman, if you remember, I've talked about this guy before. He had the most boring fight in UFC history versus some random like Bulljack or some shit like that. He had the most boring fight of fucking all time. It was absolutely awful on the Qatar card. And both guys at the end of the fight put their hands up and were hugging each other like they just went to war. The fight was dog shit. So I'm rooting for Hokett, surprisingly, because I think Hokett is a fucking annoying as fuck on the mic. He's a wannabe. I hate guys that try to be someone they're not. Hokett's trying to be someone he's not. He's not really like that. He doesn't know, he doesn't believe that shit. He's just trying to be different. So, but I think Hokett wins in the first round by knockout. Freeman's genuinely terrible. Or maybe he's not terrible. Maybe Freeman's actually good. He just doesn't fucking throw any punches. The guy threw about 10 punches in 3 rounds. So, and they just stared at each other and leg kicked every 5 seconds. So, yeah, Freeman, maybe he's good, but I don't know. But I think Hokett goes out there. I think he knocks him out in the first round. I think he cuts a promo on the mic about America and some other shit that no one cares about. So, give me Hokett by round 1 knockout. All right, moving on. This is a decent little scrap. Alexander Hernandez versus Michael Johnson. Now, I'm going to go Michael Johnson, I'm going to go Michael Johnson. I don't know the odds for this fight. I don't think they say them right here. They don't say the odds, but I'm going Michael Johnson, all right? Alexander Hernandez, he's on a little streak, all right? He had a nice knockout of Chase Hooper. I think that was his last fight. Knocked out Chase Hooper, but I mean, Chase Hooper's really nothing, so I don't really rate that high. But Johnson's coming off a nice win against Daniel Zellhuber. I think that was on the Chicago card, UFC 319. But I like Johnson in this fight. I think Johnson can mix it up. Hernandez, I don't trust him this isn't a big fight, but I don't trust Hernandez in those step up fights. I think this is a step up than Chase Hooper. Michael Johnson's been around the block a lot, so the guy's got he's got 44 professional fights, so the guy's been around. He is chinny, so if Hernandez does land something on the chin, I will be a little worried, but I think Johnson can withhold, is that the right word? Withhold the power? I'm not quite sure, but I think he can, take the power shots from Hernandez. He took power shots from Zellhuber. Zellhuber did drop him, but, he was fine. He was fine on the ground. It was a quick recovery, so Gimme Johnson finish. I don't trust Hernandez's chin. I just don't think he's that good. He's on a nice little streak, but I don't trust him in step up fights. I think this is a step up. So give me Michael Johnson round 2 KO, maybe like a TKO. I don't see him going out cold. Johnson has decent power. I think Johnson will push him back with the pressure. Yeah, man, give me old man Michael Johnson round 2 TKO. Maybe up against the fence drops him, or I could see him just dropping him and landing some ground and pound shots, and maybe a little earlier stoppage, ref step in. But give me Johnson round 2 TKO. Moving on. Charles Johnson versus Alex Perez. This is an easy one to me. Give me Charles Johnson by third round TKO or decision. I could see a 30-27, and I could see like a late rounds TKO. Perez is finished, man. Perez is finished. The guy's gotten, I think his only recent win is against Nicolau, and that was like 2 years ago or a year ago or something like that. He just got finished in the third round by Asu Almabayev, or who was it? Was it Almabayev? I think it was. He just got finished in the third round. He's on like a decent losing streak other than that one fight against Nicolau. The guy disappears for 2 years and then fights 4 times in the span of fucking 6 months and then disappears again. But yeah, his career's finished. Ever since Figueiredo beat him, after that, his career's just gone to shit. And Johnson's a nice little prospect. Obviously, he knocked out Josh Van in his last fight. He was getting, the shit beat out of him by Loney Kavanaugh, but then, found a way to dig through it, found a way to get a knockout, knocked out Loney Kavanaugh, which is a big win. And I think this guy's always on the gas, fucking pressure. So I think the pressure will wilt Alex Perez. I think Alex Perez will try to grapple, but I think Johnson, in the beginning of his UFC career, he wasn't good at defending the takedowns. I mean, he wasn't bad, but I think he's gotten a lot better at defending takedowns, and he's so quick. The sprawls, he's got good sprawls. He's very quick, so I think Johnson won't get taken down. And if he does, I think he'll, pop right back up. So give me Johnson. The pressure will wilt Perez. Give me a third round volume TKO up against the fence. Or a nice little 29-28 decision where Johnson maybe drops him. But they are flyweights, so they don't really have a lot of power. But Johnson could volume drop him. But give me a late rounds TKO or decision. Official prediction. Give me a finish. I think Perez's chin and everything about him is done. So give me a round 3 TKO up against the fence for Johnson. Yes. And he's going to be a nice little prospect. Give him a jump up after this. A better one than Perez. So Johnson, I think, will be in the mix up at flyweight. Moving on. Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. Sadly, Krylov's finished, so I'm going to go... Give me a round 2 TKO for Modestas up against the fence. I think he'll rock Krylov, or Krylov, or whatever the fuck his name is. I think he'll rock him, have him up against the fence, start kind of like his last TKO. I forget who it was against. Maybe it was against Circada. He was awful. Maybe it was against some Brazilian guy, I'm pretty sure. Modestas just knocked out a Brazilian guy, but whoever it was, he had him up against the cage and actually slimed him out cold, on the canvas cold. Krylov, man, back-to-back nasty fucking losses. One to Reyes and then one to... Who did Krylov lose to other than Reyes? He got finished. I don't know. He lost to someone else by knockout in his last fight other than Reyes. So he's got 2 really bad, back-to-back... Actually, fuck it. Let's look who it was. We can look who it is. I forget. Okay, internet's being a little slow. Bogdan Guskov, yes. All right. So we got slimed by Bogdan Guskov in his last fight. And yeah, man, like the guy's got two bad, like I'm pretty sure he both went out cold. At least the Reyes one, I know he went out cold. I can't remember the Bogdan fight for some reason, but I think he went out cold too. The chin's gone. He doesn't seem to have it anymore, coming off like a long layoff. Came back, 2 straight TKO losses. Modestas, I don't think he's that good, but he's on a run. He's got a nice little streak going. He's been finishing guys, so I like Modestas. Give me like a second round TKO, and Krylov, retire at this point, bro. Just please. I mean, you're finished. If you lose to fucking Modestas Bukauskas, you're finished. So if you lose to him by TKO, sayonara, buddy. You should just retire. But give me round 2 knockout, cold knockout for Modestas. So yeah, moving on. Lock of the card. I'm going to do like these like lock of the card, fight of the night, performance of the night predictions that I drop on like the day of the fight. But I just kind of gave away what this was. But this is the lock of the card easily. Atiba Gauthier versus Andre Poulyaev. Give me a first round knockout. Maybe, flatlines him or just TKOs him. Like, give Gauthier a guy, bro. Why is this guy like fighting why is he fighting this guy? Like, give him a little jump up. Give him Kelvin Gastelum. That would have been a banger fight. Someone decent in the middleweight division. This is just like his 4th can in a row. He's going to knock out Poulyaev. I think Poulyaev's the best guy he's fought on this like can run, but still, it's going to be no match. Gauthier is just going to go out there and bully him, finish him in the first round, and I don't really have anything else to say. Give Gauthier a fucking, if not ranked, give him someone near the fucking, give him like a, if Gregory Rodriguez or Bruno Ferreira loses, give him one of those guys, like right outside the rankings, or give him like a top 15 guy, like bottom top 15 guy. We want to see this guy challenge, so give Gauthier someone good after he absolutely slimes out Andre Poulyaev. All right, moving on. This is the featured prelim still, even after Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes fight is off. This is still the featured prelim. We have Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo. Now, boys, this fight is going to be boring. I'm sorry to tell you. This fight's not going to be good, all right? And it sucks because, like, I don't know. It sucks because this fight has potential to be good, but Figueiredo, I think he's finished, all right? I think Figueiredo's finished in his career. He had a bad last fight against Montel Jackson. That fight wasn't not good. Split decision. A lot of, like, shitty grappling exchanges. So I think Figueiredo's finished. Umar's in the prime of his career, coming off a good win against Bautista. He did get flush. He got, like, flush fucking knocked down with a knee. But I think Bautista's levels ahead of Figueiredo at this point. And I think Umar, this is a good fight for Umar. I think it's going to be a 30-27. Or I could see a finish on the ground potentially. Maybe Umar doesn't really finish on the ground though. I don't know. Give me 30-27 decision for Umar. I think he can actually manhandle Figgy on the ground. I don't think it'll be competitive, but it's a nice like name fight. You know what I mean? Like 2 big names. Figgy, former champ, so that's why it's got appeal. But in the actual fight, I think it might be a little bit boring. I think Umar goes out there. I think he handles him on the feet, and I think he can take him down at will. So this is a nice little Bautista and Davison back-to-back. Those are some decent names on Umar. Good management, good like fight. What am I trying to say? Good like fight management by Umar. Taking a Bautista fight. He was down in the rankings. That was nice. That was a tough fight, though. And then taking this fight, I think this fight will be a layup for Umar. So nice like 2 back-to-back wins before he fights for the title again. And yeah, if he wins, I don't really know what's going to happen if he wins. I think he'll take a long time off because there's so much shit to play out in the bantamweight division. If O'Malley wins, then they're going to make O'Malley versus Jan 2, probably. Or even if O'Malley wins, they might make Merab versus Jan 3. I don't know. So I don't know what's next for Umar, but I think 30-27. He dominates in the grappling. And this fight might be a little bit boring, not close at all. So give me Umar 30-27. Moving on to the main card. Here we go, boys. This is going to be a banger fight, all right? This is going to be an absolute war. Gene Silva is one of my favorite in the cage fighters, all right? The shit he does outside the cage is annoying as fuck. The barking is dumb as fuck. Like, if he'd stop doing that and just be fucking normal, this guy would be a savage. He is a savage in the cage. That's what we fucking like him for. We like him because of his fighting style in the cage, all right? So, Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen. I think this is going to be an absolute war. I think Arnold Allen does get finished. I think Gene Silva's top level, all right? I know the fight with Diego didn't go his way, but he was piecing fucking Diego up. He got out of mount against Diego, raining elbows on him. He didn't give up. He showed, like, tough grit and heart. The guy's top level, in my opinion. Like, I think I think he's a top 5, top 4 featherweight in the UFC. The guy's legit, all right? Arnold, he's good too, but I don't know. Arnold coming off like a long layoff, didn't fight in 2025. His last win was against Giga Chikadze, I'm pretty sure. Giga's not high level anymore. I see this going really bad for Silva, but I think Arnold will give him a scrap. I think Arnold, I'm predicting Gene Silva round 2 knockout. I think he'll put down Allen in round 1 and 2. Allen will survive in the first round, get a little scrambly. But I don't trust Arnold Allen's chin. He does have a decent chin. Max Holloway cracked him at the end of the 5th round. But other than that, he's got a decent chin. Dan Hooker cracked him too at featherweight, which is it's a little concerning. But that was a while ago. But Arnold always breaks his hand. He's always injured. He's always coming off a long layoff. And I think Gene Silva right now, even though he just lost, he's got a ton of momentum. I don't think the loss will make him gun shy. Some people get knocked out for the first time and it makes them gun shy and change, like Pavlovich. Aspinall took his soul and he's never been the same. I don't think that'll happen with Gene Silva. I think he's going to be the same guy. It sucks because Arnold Allen's kind of funny. I like Arnold. I don't dislike him. But I think Gene Silva just fucking shows levels and puts it on Arnold Allen like a really bad beatdown. I think Arnold could scrap it out in some moments, but I think Gene Silva does him bad. End of the first round, I could see Arnold's face all bloody and like cut, or he just knocks him out in the first round. But I think it's going to be like a little bit of a war in the first round. Gene Silva's got him cut open, and if it goes to the ground, Silva's got great submission, so I could see Silva, submitting him too if it gets to the ground, which I don't think it will. And then in the second round, my official prediction, second round, I think Gene Silva finishes him, either knockout cold or up like drops him, TKOs him on the grit for ground and pound. Silva's got nasty ground and pound, so I think Gene Silva does Arnold Allen really bad. I think it'll be a good fight though, and Gene Silva shows levels, and then Gene Silva's a savage. So that's my official prediction. I think it will be a good fight, a great way to start out the Paramount Plus era on the main card or the pay-per-view. All right, so moving on. All right, sorry, got an itch in my nose. Moving on, I don't know how the fuck this is in the fucking main card. They're trying to destroy, Dana White's trying to destroy the company. They're trying to halt. After that Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen fight, that I'm pretty sure is going to be a banger. We're going to have to sit through this. Yes, me and Natalia Silva are dating. She is my girlfriend. But, we've been trying to, make her style to be a little bit more exciting. But she's going to use that front leg side kick. She's going to, be decent in the striking. She's going to 30-27 Rose. Rose doesn't have it anymore. Rose is cooked. And, me and Natalia, we're going to celebrate after the win. We're going to have a good night. Might ask her to marry me after after she gets a big win. And then she's going to fight the title. But in all serious, we are dating anyway. But to get to the fight, give me Natalia Silva 30-27. I don't know why the fuck this is on the fucking main card. It's going to halt. This fight's not getting a finish, all right? Rose isn't getting finished. I don't think Rose is even going to win a round, so I don't think she's going to finish Silva. It sucks because it's going to halt the momentum of the card, but I don't know why they did it, but here we are. Fucking Dana White. But yeah, give me Natalia Silva 30-27. Rose doesn't have it anymore. I don't know why Natalia Silva took this fight. She could have just fought for the title next, but hey, she wants to get another big, name on her resume. I can't knock my girlfriend for, wanting to try to, get another big name. So, yep, we've got my girlfriend. I think she's going to win 30-27. Don't have a lot to say. She's going to use the front leg side kick. She's going to use her Taekwondo kicks. And it's going to be pretty boring. But, I'll ask her to make the fight a little bit more exciting, before we walk out. You will see me in the corner. And you will see us embrace after the win. What the fuck am I saying? Anyway, moving on. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Now, boys, I think Derek Lewis is right. He said in the first exchange someone's getting knocked out, and I believe it. I think this is a first round TKO, and I'm gonna go Derek Lewis over Waldo Cortez Acosta. Now, this is like one of the first predictions on this card that I'm making that I think I might be wrong. I'm going with a little bit of an underdog. I'm going with Derek Lewis to knock out Waldo. I think Derek Lewis has a lot riding on this. All right, if he wins this fight, Donald Trump said. Or Dana White said that Donald Trump loves Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis could get a big fight on the White House card, a number one contender fight, or fuck it. If Aspinall's not back yet by the summer, and Cyril Gane or Alex Pereira, which I think the fight will happen in Miami, I think that fight will happen. The winner of that, Derek Lewis versus them on the White House card. That's cinema. That's cinema, all right? Derek Lewis, I don't know how the heavyweight division sucks that bad that Derek Lewis might get a title shot off this, all right? As crazy as that sounds, Lewis might get actually might get a fucking title shot off this fight. So Lewis has a lot riding on this fight, and his past few fights have lasted like 30 seconds. He just goes fucking full berserk. Doesn't give a fuck, goes straight at the opponent. I could see Waldo, I think Waldo will win, but I'm going to predict Derek to win because I want him to win. But I think Waldo might pull it out, but I don't know. We don't really know Waldo's chin. Waldo's chin doesn't really, he fought Pavlovich and he got cracked once, but other than that, he did pretty good. But Pavlovich is a shell of himself, so I don't really rate that. But yeah, give me Derek Lewis. 20, 30 second, 40 second, first minute knockout. One of the first exchanges. I think he's just going to go in there, balls to the wall, start swinging. This is going to not last long, all right? This will be a minute fight. Give me Derek Lewis by knockout. Cuts a mean promo on the first Paramount card. It goes viral. He says some shit about his wife. He says some shit about the White House card. He maybe calls for a title shot. It's going to be fucking funny. He might take his pants off and moon us like he has the past 4 fights. Pulls his ass out, so... I want Derek to win. I think it'll be funny as fuck. I think he'll cut a mean promo. I'm rooting for Derek Lewis to win, and I think he will by first minute knockout. And get fucking Waldo out of here. He's boring as fuck. He does cut good promos on Tom Aspinall, but other than that, he's fucking, I don't know. I don't fuck with Waldo, so give me Derek Lewis, all right? Co-main event. The new co-main event, now that the women's fight is off. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Boys, this might get a little iffy for Sean O'Malley. I'm not going to lie. This might get a little bit iffy, but I am going to go Sean O'Malley. I don't think there's a finish here. I think Song's too tough. I think Song will mix in grappling. I think he'll try to take down O'Malley, and I think he's decent enough on the feet to not get chinned. Give me a close 29-28 O'Malley, potentially split decision, all right? Potentially split, 29-28 split decision. That's my official prediction. Fuck it. All right, 29-28 split decision for O'Malley. O'Malley really needs a win. His confidence is at an all-time low right now, and he needs a win, all right? He needs to get a win. I think his confidence is down after the 2 Merab fights, so if he can get a knockout, that'd be good for him, but I don't think he can. I think Song's too tough. I think Song is a high-level fighter, but in the big fights, he does choke. Lost to, who did he lose to? He lost to Peter Yan in a big fight. He lost to Corey Sandhagen in a big fight, although that fight did get stopped by a cut, but he was losing. So every time Song's been in a big fight, he's choked. So I think he does again. I think this one will be closer, though, because I think O'Malley's grappling is awful. O'Malley can't grapple. I'm sorry. Whatever you think. If you think he can grapple, you're fucking wrong because he can't. He can't grapple. So I think Song might try to grapple him, and I think he'll be safe on the feet. Give me an O'Malley 29-28 fucking pitter-pat, scrambly little fight. It'll be a decent fight, but I don't think O'Malley gets a knockout. I think he gets a split decision. And sadly, I think they'll fucking reward him for a split decision and give him Peter Yan at the White House. But that's for another fucking video. We'll talk about that shit. But give me Sean O'Malley, split decision, 29-28 over Song Yadong. Song gets some control time, maybe up against the fence, maybe actually takes him down. But O'Malley does a decent job in the grappling and lands better shots on the feet. So there we go. Sean O'Malley, 29-28 decision, split decision. Moving on. Main event. Here we go. Paddy the Baddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. If Justin Gaethje wins a fucking interim belt before Charles or Max or fucking Dustin didn't win an interim again, Ilya, Armin, if this guy somehow becomes the fucking champion, I swear to God, I might lose my fucking mind, bro. My official prediction, I think Justin Gaethje could chin Paddy Pimblett. I think he has a good chance of chinning Paddy Pimblett, which fucking sucks. But my official prediction is Paddy Pimblett by submission. Late rounds, 3 or 4. Give me third or 4. Round 3 or 4. Holy shit, no editing here. Round 3 or 4, Paddy Pimblett submission. I think Paddy's going to be smart. He's not going to be in the pocket, although he's saying he's going to strike with Justin Gaethje, which please do not strike with Justin Gaethje. Even though Justin Gaethje's striking is overrated. Yeah, I said it. Fuck Justin Gaethje, all right? Do not strike with this guy. Keep your distance like you did against Chandler. You did a great job. Paddy did a great job against Chandler, keeping the distance, just using the kicks. keeping Chandler at a distance. Chandler was whiffing. I think Justin Gaethje has the chance to whiff on Paddy, and Paddy can go for takedowns. Paddy's going to chew up Justin's leg. He's going to stay on the outside. He's going to be far away when the fight first starts. Gaethje probably will get some timing in, try to get in the pocket, but Pimlet's going to be far away, standing far away from Gaethje, snapping the leg. And I think when Gaethje overextends, because Gaethje's an idiot and will overextend like a dumbass, Paddy has the opportunity to go in for the takedown. And Justin Gaethje can't grapple. Someone please tell me where, show me fucking footage of Justin Gaethje grappling, bro. Got taken down by Charles and submitted. Got taken down by Khabib and submitted. Got taken down by fucking Fiziev. If you're getting taken down by Fiziev, bro, you're not a good grappler. I don't give a fuck what DC says. This guy sucks at fucking grappling, okay? Justin Gaethje has no grappling, so I don't know why people are saying, Gaethje could use the grappling in this fight. Gaethje has no grappling. If Paddy gets him down, Paddy is going to do bad fucking things to him, and I think that's what happens. Give me Paddy Pimblett by triangle, rear naked choke, armbar, or something like that, but give me Paddy Pimblett to beat Justin Gaethje in the main event, and Paddy versus Ilya will fight later on in the year. Thank you for watching. These are my UFC 324 predictions. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe. We're back. Let's go, Paddy. Peace.